Alright, so this is going to be kind of brief, but I am going to play a little bit of this game. When I sit down and do a full-on run-through of this game, I don't know when it'll be. It won't be anytime soon, but because today is the official first holiday for Final Fantasy VII, based on its release date of January 31st in Japan, it makes sense that I would sit down and run through this joint. Let me refresh my stream. I should also try to see if I can hear myself. Alright, cool. You see the drone in the beginning? I think that's a C. Every time I hear a trailer where the first note is that same key, I think I'm about to get a Final Fantasy VII related trailer, usually something pertaining to remake. So in some ways I really like that drone, and I really hate that drone as well. It just like elevates my blood pressure when I hear it anachronistically, like in a trailer showcase or in an advertisement. But here it's perfect. It was in the opening of a Final Fantasy VII related video game. This game, because of its graphics, really wanted me to get into... It made me want to get into Legos, so I used to play with Legos like crazy as a kid. I wouldn't build anything with them. I would just use the figurines and kind of do like a diorama thing, which was uncreative as hell, but the reality was I was just super into that stuff, so... Now... 64... I told everyone I was gonna do this, so I'm gonna show you guys this briefly. $64... 32... 32... Let me check if this matches with what my phone says. I get the recipe in my phone, so let me take a look at it. Alright, let's see. Memo. 64, 64, 32, 32, 12, 12, okay. This is the Star Ocean user interface. So remember when I said that I was going to do this? 3 years ago when I was playing Star Ocean First Departure, I changed the color gradient in that game to match Final Fantasy VII. I'm going to change this one to match what's-his-face, Star Ocean. So we're going to have Star Ocean in this bitch. I remember my father used to get walled in this fight, by the way. Somehow he had the IQ of a turnip, and this is the first Final Fantasy he played with the ATB system. So he didn't know what to do, and he just waited until these enemies killed him multiple times over. He played Final Fantasy I, so that was the only other game he played up until then, and that was it was an ATB. There's nothing to take here, so key to ops. I'm everybody killer. Or I shouldn't say that because I don't want the bot to think affiliated with anything. Alright. I'll select that. It's almost like this game wants you to think these guys are temporary party members. They're not. I want to put him as Philip Banks, but he's my favorite character, so I'm just going to leave him as is. I like how he briefly gives a tutorial, because he knows motherfuckers is probably fucking running now. Any treasures to take? Nope. I like that sound effect, that bitch slap sound effect. So the best part of this game is I can just hold the attack button. Unlike 9. There are cheats that I also have in this game. Give me an easy... I don't want to use them now, because this game has an excellent sense of pacing. Drag like 9. It is... fluid. Select the select button. We can get labels for these guys. So I just played Crisis Core, so you can already tell this is a few months after Zack died. Let me get some dialogue with Wedge. Alright, let's see. this is the second track you hear in the game, and it's just on this Mako theme. I think it uses Dorian, because I've been practicing this on my piano. And anything Shinra, it uses Dorian. How many of our people, so that already confirms that there's more members of Avalanche than what we see. Although, in many cases, it's just, you know, they lost a lot of people, so it's a Star Wars Episode 4 type of thing. Theoretically, a comp that would have had something done a Rogue One. Although don't give, you know, the compilation team any ideas. They would try to make a Rogue One Final Fantasy VII. How many potions do I have, actually? I have 6, so they're not giving me a lot of room. But the OST is my favorite part of Final Fantasy VII, besides the characters and just the visual aesthetic. And the materia system, and limit breaks. And the free act structure of the narrative. See, a lot of people think Cloud is being an asshole here, but I kind of agree with Cloud. Cloud is apolitical, he's a mercenary, he's really taking sides, he's just abiding by the contract. It would make sense for him to not really give a shit about what Barrett is saying. He doesn't really have an ecological opinion. He's okay with the modernism that Mako Energy brings and the convenience it has. I mean, if your grandma's life support depends on Mako Energy, you might worry about the long-term ecological ramifications of using the planet's blood. But you're worried at the moment because your grandma's life is going to come first. The infrastructure of your city is going to come first. A lot of the sound effects are dropping like crazy. I mean, yeah, it's assholeish to be dismissive of your contract writer's mission statement. It's unprofessional as hell. Like, Cloud would never be able to have regular employment if every time he gets a job interview, he's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about your company. I'm just here to get money. I mean, I wouldn't say something like that, and I still have trouble finding employment. So think about if you're saying, you know, fuck your company's mission statement, what you believe, your values. I just want the check. That's the reason I signed up here. I also like how sometimes treasure comes in the form of these low polygon litter things, and people really like the low poly aesthetic. It's made a comeback recently, so people are really jiving with and getting jiggy with the aesthetic that Final Fantasy VII has. Okay, leave that. think it could be a problem with my headphone, because last time I had headphones issues, sound effects would drop for me as well, so let me try to see if I can shift some things around. But there are some glitches notorious for this area, so be mindful of that, especially in the PlayStation 4 version. If you get back attack, just to prevent getting hit hard. Barrett's long range, so he hits equally as hard whether he's in the front or back row, but Cloud's gonna have to use magic now. Chip him off. There you go. Music's a little loud, so I'm gonna adjust a little bit. I guess it can't be helped. They give you 10 save sections, so this is for my 2018 playthrough. This is my 2019 playthrough trying to get the date with Barrett. You know, just in honor of Final Fantasy VII, I'm gonna put it right here. This is a celebration special. Keep in mind, I am doing this, for fun. Unfortunately, I can't really equip any of that stuff, so we're gonna fight the first boss fight in the game with no, healing spell. Just 6 potions, well 7 at this point. So this isn't Zack, by the way, the voice that speaks to Cloud. This is actually Inner Cloud. That's why, dork. Cloud's super ego is kind of jumping in to warn Cloud, hey, yo, you're in a bad predicament. Be wary of that. So this is a fight that can get you killed easily if you don't know what you're doing. A lot of the ATB Final Fantasy games have bosses like this that kind of put your knowledge of how the ATB system works to the test. So don't just act mindlessly at this point, because you will get killed. Okay, so it might just be a glitch I'm going through at the moment. But yes, I did put the bombing music, the bombing mission music back. Alright. Oh, that sound effect came through. Oh, the sound effects is making a comeback. Not those, the magic-oriented ones. Okay. So when you get to an erection, you don't want to attack, just stand still. This is them letting you know that you gotta be mindful of the ATB and Q system, so just wait around, maybe heal if you have to, but if you attack, he will counter with a really deadly spell that hits both of them, and your limit gauge will go up OD, so it might be advantageous for that, but you'll be fucked. See, now he lost his erection, because he's no longer stimulated by the friction of us beating his ass. Normally I like to spam limit breaks here so that with the cheats, so I can get cross flash early, but I'm gonna leave it alone. And we don't get the death sound effect, so that sucks. I wish they patched that out, but it ain't nothing but a thing. So Barrett gets a better weapon. Come on, let's get out of here. Don't let this give you an anxiety attack. Although there are some things you gotta deal with that might trigger that. They got drones for security. So just remember where you came and you'll be alright. First little section, they give you plenty of time. I thought that was a random battle, but I got caught on something. A couple of times I've been fucked over in this section because trying to get her out can be a little spotty. You don't actually have to rescue her, but that right there is also a little spotty too. $19G, so if you guys have been complaining about 5G EMF, 19G is the world of Shinra. It is futuristic. Even if it has an 80s sheen to it. You know, I could have had Barrett attack the back row. Oh, that attack just wastes your time. Long animation to do 3 points of damage when we're in a time limit. I know what you're doing, Square. You're trying to attack the anxiety, not anything else. Why do I gotta talk to both your asses? You guys sleeping on the job? See how much more fun I'm having playing this than 9 and 10? It's crazy. Oh, that's gonna be over real soon. Let's see. That's not me controlling that. It's always in the nick of time. That FMV plays even if you're there too late. It just gets accompanied with a game over screen. That has to be claustrophobic as shit. You're trapped on both sides of the tunnel. If that bomb doesn't work, then basically you're gonna be stuck there for ages. So we're in Sector 8, a place that we are only there once or twice in the original game, but is the initial hub of Crisis Core. That's the My Bloody Valentine reference. Loveless, something that we kind of got ad nauseum. So that kind of starts the affection thing with Aerith, which you already start off with high affection with Aerith, but I could give that to Marlene or Tifa. This is tracks for the game. Anxious Heart, Heart of Anxiety. So you get heals after that whole bombing mission section, so you don't gotta worry about attrition or sure. I love the dialogue in this game so much, and it gets renewed every time we revisit a town after a major story event. After major story events, I mean. So that's just like our modus operandi or motto. I'm gonna fight them a little bit. Let's get some EXP. There's a couple things I want to do in this run to make it unique since I play this game so often. The user interface is one thing, but there's a couple of others. You don't actually have to fight them, you can just select ad nauseum until the next sequence. But why not get a little bit of EXP? Alright. Yo ass is dead. I need to remember to hold it. Just keep that gorilla grip on the controller, because there's no need. Remember, they turned this into chapters 1 and 2 of Remake, and it took 2 hours apiece for both sections, so no whispers here. This isn't a sequel, this is the original. No compilation needed. Now, I'm not a compilation hater the way it was when I was a kid, or even a few years ago. I think how they re-implemented the compilation into Remake, or the Remake project, is pretty good in the sense that it tries to do something with it. For the first wave of the compilation games, they were kind of directionless. Like, they were just these different anthology stories. and it kind of ends on a cliffhanger, whereas now it's like they're trying to integrate these compilation elements into an ontological sequel that chronologically takes place in Final Fantasy VII. Like, it's the chronological Final Fantasy VII scenario or event. That's something that I want to differentiate, the difference between chronology and ontology. If you go back in time and change events, you're ontologically moving forward from like a series of cause and event effect stuff, but chronologically you're moving backwards. Ontologically, what you do always moves forward, unless you're just undoing your actions, your causality, which is fallacious. I like Barrett's impotent rage. Some people like to call him a angry black man stereotype. Barrett is kind of a reflection of Cloud in that both of them have these all-encompassing motives that cover up for their own insecurities and the fronts that they put up. He's acting like he has tears in his eyes or something. Alright, cool. So that's no longer a death trap. Let me put this in. Alright, there you go. So that's her kind of being flirty and doting over you because you saved her life. Now, I didn't have to save her life, I think. That time that I did, when her leg was caught, she could have got out herself, but it makes sense when I do it because it shows why she might take an extra interest in Cloud. Remake just makes it seem like it's because he's super good looking, but the brevity of this game kind of makes it seem like it's because he heroically helped her ass, and that's a little more to my liking. I like this NPC. Like, I miss these NPC designs. They rely too much on the Unreal Engine type assets and those generic characters. Although they do have this dude in the front who's shook as hell, and I like his appearance in Remake. As someone who regularly takes the train, I am used to both dude who's lounging in the train because it's his crib, and bald guy leering over. They got a real jackass for a leader. I don't know about calculating leader. Now, I love Barrett, but so is that his shoulder fat? Because as you can see, it doesn't like link into his waistline. There's like this Ganunga gap between, I guess, his back fat and his waist fat. It's almost like a second mouth. This is a great chasm in his body. One in 10,000 scale. I bet you the novel I'm about to get is going to bring up their names. Tale of Two Pasts, which is gonna get an official release in English in 2 months. Alright. Actually, because of the futuristic tone of this game, having the Star Ocean colorway is actually... That color gradient is just right. Originally, I was just gonna play around with the colorways before playing Star Ocean. I was thinking of doing a run for this game where I was just gonna take the blue gradient and turn it into the red gradient, the green gradient, the yellow, the cyan, the violet. Oh, he talking shit to Barrett in his sleep, man. I like how they kept that phrase, "You're just full of surprises" into Remake. Yeah, they city, they all about they hood in Midgar. Yeah, a lack of social mobility. Poverty really isolates you, and in addition to alienating you, it does restrict your ability to have access to food or even go from place to place at your leisure. Now, I live in a gentrified hood, and I've been living in gentrified hoods for quite some time, so the kinds of hoods that are food deserts and really don't have like access to like social venues, that's not something that I'm too familiar with. I've been to places like that. I've spent months in places like that, but that's not really the usual for me. The majority of my life is in hoods where you can stop and get a pizza with your friends, at least, even if there is an element of crime. That sure is an aggressive thing. Well, he means it in a romantic way. I guess, you know, he was trying to just get the moves on her, and she was being a little dense. Let me not stick around the train graveyard, because you will get fucked up if you stick around there at this juncture. At least solo. Okay, so these guys are nosy, which is a common hood thing. There's this stereotype that people in the hood, they mind their business, and it's even self-reinforced, but the reality is they're always looking for dirt on other people. That's why when I used to go to high school, and they would always try to find dirt on me on the internet so that they could tell the teachers about it, because they just loved snooping through my stuff, even when they noticed I was getting uncomfortable from it. But no, instigators. It's kind of like part of the genetic memory of a people. Some people, they lean more towards minding their business. A lot really don't. Let me look at this file, let's see if... okay, so I keep 2 just in case. And as you can see, I kind of have it with the regular gradient, but grayscaled. And it works well like that. Here I got the cyan and the green and the yellow tone. On occasion I'll have it, usually when I start this I have it with the red. So, red, purple. But that's gonna do it for tonight. This was just a celebration because it's the anniversary of Final Fantasy VII. This game is 26 years old now. This game is old as shit, that's what it is. 26 years old and still in my top 5 for JRPGs. I think that's pretty impressive. Can't wait to get actual news on Rebirth so I can talk about that some more. I'll be playing Final Fantasy IX again in the tomorrow, so it's been your boy Mr. Wonka 7. Thank you guys for watching, and Oksay make day. Or suck my dick.